Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is going totally blank. I can't. I was dreading coming into this reading. I thought, oh God, I haven't really spoken to them since I put my foot in my mouth. Okay. Virgo, Happy New Year, Virgo. I'm so hesitant to say sexy, Virgo. We're going to do a Void of Course Moon reading for you today. There's a whole bunch of changes going on with me, Virgo. And you'll see, like, I'm in a different spot. So there's a reason for that. There's a reason, too, for this Void of Course Moon reading, which I've never done on the channel before. So I go into a whole explanation about that and changes for me and all sorts of wonderful things that will answer all the questions that you may have about why things look different and what is going on. So I made a little video that came out the middle of last week. The link to that is near the top of the description in this if you want to go and see that and learn about even in more detail, like why I was inspired to do this through things going on in my own life. So now to get to the reading, what we're going to do is we're going to look at, so for Void of Course Moon. What is that, Cindy? Okay, the moon moves through all the zodiac signs in a 28-day period, right? Roughly. As it's exiting one and going into another, there's a period of time where it's not influenced by either energy. It's sort of like the in-between, right? Like the moon is not in the past, but it's also not in its future yet. So that's called Void of Course, because it's a period of time where the moon is not influenced by a zodiac sign. I like to think of it as a period of time where you have the opportunity, as you've left a past cycle, but before you enter a new one, to do things for you, because there's no outside influence. There's it's only the choices you make. It's only what you would like to do for yourself at that time. Because, like the moon, there is no outside influence yet. You're about to, it's almost like, what little things would I like to do before this happens? Before I'm influenced by what's going to go on over here. So, I'm going to look at what this past cycle is for you, that you've been working through, that your Void of Course Moon has come through. Then we're going to look at kind of what's going to go on for you in your Void of Course period. It's a bit of time, it's for you. I like to call it, it's all about you time in the Void of Course. Excuse me. And then the energy that you're entering, the new cycle, the new energy that you're going to be entering after your Void of Course. There is an extended at the end of this reading. The link is at the top of the description. In the extended, I am actually like pulling cards out, continuing to pull out from the new cycle that you're entering. So, I think I've said it all. I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth. I'm going to shuffle up and let's see what we get. I'm feeling. Oh, what is that? That's one. Okay. Look at you. There is actually 3 oracle decks that I use in this reading and 1 tarot deck. So it takes me a little bit of time here to shuffle this out. I'm using the Moonology deck. I'm using my little animal spirit deck. I haven't used these guys in a long time. They're so cute. The little animals. It's funny. I haven't had, where I'm sitting, like I have my big patio door and I have the bird feeders out there. And it was weird. I went through a period of time just before Christmas where everything disappeared. All the birds, all the squirrels. And 2 days ago, all of a sudden, they came in a horde. I don't know what happened. Like I put seed on the railings. I put seed on top of the fence line so that they could see it, you know, if they weren't just observing the feeders. And there was nothing. Like, I mean nothing. And I looked out 2 days ago out of my bedroom window that looks down there too. There was 2 sets of cardinals. There was chickadees and juncos everywhere. There was mourning doves. There was red squirrels and black squirrels and gray squirrels. Like, what the heck? It was really weird. It was like from nothing to everything all of a sudden. I don't know why I'm feeling compelled to tell you that. Maybe you're kind of going through some sort of energy like that. Going from and nothing to and everything. I'm saying this and look at, it's not something I've mentioned a lot, but this void of course moon on this card, it says nothing will come of this situation. But I'm feeling like for you, the nothing, there was nothing to come in the nothing. That makes sense, because there's nothing there. But going like that, going from feeling like nothing, maybe like there's no abundance, or to like just boom. It was like a whole party just came in like that. Okay, sexy Virgos. Last oracle deck. Huh, that's interesting energy. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just listening because my son, well, he's doing online learning. That's one of the things you'd learn if you went and watched that video. So he's thumping around up there. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, look at that. That's an interesting placement. Page of Swords. Watch. Something is coming in. Watch. Watch and wait for your future. You have, in the past here, prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. It feels to me like a past cycle that you're coming out of, you were putting some sort of work in. I feel like kind of starting from the ground floor with this new moon, and in Taurus, like having some sort of a plan, and you, like actually executing the plan on some level. And I think what's really spectacular is you have the elephant spirit, learn from the past. He's been coming through. He's kind of becoming popular, which is nice. We're all learning from our past. We're not making the same mistakes again, or trying not to. And so I feel like whatever you've been working on for yourself, kind of starting from the ground up almost, not wanting to make the same mistakes that you have in the past. Like you're using this knowledge that you've acquired through falling on your face, making mistakes, making bad choices, whatever those are for you. We all do it. Come on, we all do it. But some people do it better than others because they just keep doing those things. And other people, they learn from it. And you're learning from it. And you've been applying it too. And you know what? How you've been applying it is starting to create prosperity for you. I feel like you're only, if you're feeling like things are starting to move for you on some way, in some sort of prosperity, physical prosperity around you, that could be just friendships, like people that you interact with. It could be work, it could be money, it could be like if you've been waiting for somebody to come by and renovate or help you build something, all of a sudden they're available. Like these sort of tangible things in your life, they're starting to this is only the start. That's what I want to say. Like this is only the start. It's going to really pick up. Magician in the Mirror and the Nine of Cups. Like, look at you, manifest, manifest, manifest. Speaking to the universe, make my wishes come true. If you're talking to the universe in the Nine of Cups, it's saying, I hear you, baby. You're resonating at the level that I listen in. So I hear you. And you're balancing. You're balancing, I feel like with this, looks like air and fire. So you're balancing your passions, your desires, your inspiration with your logic. Which makes sense with prosperity lies ahead. And I notice that I'm saying you're doing this as I'm talking about your past cycle. So I don't know if for most of you, you're still mostly in the cycle as you get ready to come into the void of course. As it does seem like I'm kind of talking to you, describing it to you in the present tense. So yeah, things are only getting started. This is what I want to say. Things are only getting started for you. Now, the void of course moon, in this period of time before you come out of this past cycle, or maybe the cycle that you're in right now, and go into the future, outside influences don't play such a big thing for you. It's kind of what you want to do with your time. What choices do you want to make? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Lots of earth energy coming through with your moonology cards. So whatever you've been working through, if you've been learning from the past, it's never easy to do lessons, right? The lessons in life, actually, the ones that are probably the most monumental for us and that have the biggest effect on our lives are the hardest ones. So this tough cycle, it's coming to an end. Get ready to take a leap of faith, because you have the grasshopper spirit. Take a leap of faith. Ooh, what I really like about him is there's a grasshopper wearing a crown. So does this look like he could be king? Does he look like he could be emperor? Or she could be empress? Or queen? You're like, not a grasshopper. But you know what? Under the right environmental conditions, this grasshopper can turn into a locust and it can own everything. So you'd be surprised how much transformation can happen and change. And that transformation, if I remember correctly, turning into a full-on locust has to do with environmental conditions. So things that you've been going through, that you've been working through, you know, some of that change is due to you making choices, but also some of it is due to your environment and what's been going on around you. But it's actually taking you towards, you know, ownership of your life. I would say that. Now, isn't this interesting? You have the Angel of Love and the Five of Cups. I love the way these two are positioned. If there has been some sort of disappointment, things that have not worked out for you, in terms of love, it's the Angel of Love. I almost feel like you're being guided. I'm really curious to pull out the clarifiers for this, because in the void of course, there isn't supposed to be a lot of outside influence. Now, what's interesting, as I say that, it brings me back to when I created this spread, I did it on myself first, and one of the cards that came out was the Panther spirit for me. Was, you know, I was being protected. I did have protection at this time, so really don't be too concerned about ending up in a situation that's not healthy or won't produce abundance for you. So I feel like if there is something around during this void of course, it's love. It's love, and it's the guidance of love. And I do want to say too, if your heart has been broken, if you've been sad about how things have worked out in the past, you're seen, you're witnessed. This is witnessed in you. The universe hasn't forgotten about you. Now your future, there's something going to be coming in here. You have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. I love this energy, right? Because we're talking about the moon. And when we talk about, you know, reaching our wish fulfillments and really becoming who we, not so much just who we would like to be, but kind of who we're meant to be, like who we really truly are, like getting in touch with that, again, on a very deep level. And even allowing that to evolve naturally like the locust and become who you are is like reaching the sun. You know, if you think about the energies, the moon can be, there's so much unknown. It's this cold, hard rock, and it just reflects the sun's light. You can look at it and say, it's just a reflection of what I would like my dreams to be or where I would like to see myself. It's surmounting that and then going past it and hitting the sun. I mean, the sun gives us everything. If the moon was gone, I don't know. I'm sure there'd be like some pretty bad disruptions here on Earth. It would be pretty hard. But Earth would recover. I don't know if we would. I don't know if most of the animal species would. But Earth would recover, I think. But if the sun was gone, nothing would recover. I mean, that would be it. So the sun really truly is, as wonderful and beautiful as the moon is and what it does provide for us, it's not the sun, it is only the reflection of the sun. So when I get this full moon eclipse, I feel like everything lines up. Everything is lining up. If energy wasn't right in the past, it's going to be lining up for you in the future, where you will not just be seeing the reflection of the sun. You will be seeing everything in its holistic form. Hawk spirit, let spirit be your guide. So it's almost like there may not be much influence around you. And, yeah, in this void of course, this period of in-between for you, because you need to take action. Take a leap of faith. You are witnessed. We see you. We know disappointments that you have been through. Take your leap of faith. This is kind of like your guidance in your void of course. What feels right? Do you see something you want? Are you on a journey to a new destination, to a new job, to meet people? Take a leap of faith here and see where you land. Because spirit is going to be guiding you, I feel like, once you've done that. Once you've done that, there's going to be signs and synchronicities. Things will line up a certain way along the path that makes sense to you. And maybe they didn't make sense in the past, but they will moving forward. The storm warning and the Page of Swords. Keep an eye out for something big. I just want to say that. Keep an eye out for something big. There's a few things here that I want to clear. I wanted to clarify over here, but now I'm really intrigued by keeping your eye out here for something big. Let's first look at this leap of faith. So funny. I say that, and on the split was the Fool card, which is like a leap of faith, and it's still there on the bottom. Take a leap of faith. What sorts of leaps of faith? The sun! Oh my God. You can't make the wrong choice. Oh, I'm hearing you cannot make the wrong choice. I'm going to apply this to my own life to kind of make it very tangible. So myself, I have to find a new place to live, my habitat. So something like that, you know, maybe you need to take a leap of faith. Maybe you need to go somewhere you haven't been before. Maybe you need to look somewhere you haven't looked before. But by hearing that you can't make the wrong choice, it's almost as if, okay, let's say you saw something, thought, okay, I think that's right, maybe I should do that. And you put all the paperwork together and to apply to get the lease for the place, and then you find out it's been leased out and it's not for you. So that's what I'm kind of like, that's what I'm feeling with this, with the sun and this take a leap of faith. It doesn't matter. You won't pick the wrong place. If you do pick the wrong place, I don't want this just to be about me. If you do make a choice that isn't directed towards your higher good or to your wish fulfillments, it will suddenly not be available anymore. That's kind of what I'm feeling for you. I mean, your leap of faith will take you to the sun. Maybe you have to leap 2 or 3 times until the universe says, you finally hit it. There you go. So that is a sense of protection that is around you in that way. The Angel of Love. Why is the Angel of Love watching over you? Ooh, the Queen of Wands. Because you're sexy Virgo. Okay. Being sexy and lovable is not one and the same, but maybe you are both. So that's nice balance, Virgo. So the Queen of Wands, that's why. All right, so I want to go and see what this storm warning is. The Page of Swords. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I will. I'm just sort of hearing, separate them a bit and ask for clarifiers for both. So storm warning. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. You now have like some sort of a counterpart energy going on, because you have the King and Queen of Wands that have come out like, and right away after each other shuffling. Now let me see what this Page of Swords is about. The Page of Swords. The Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Something is rushing. I feel like there's going to be some sort of movement towards you. Because I feel like you're being told to watch with this Page of Swords. To watch. Observe. some sort of big shift. And it's something that may have been cut out in the past, whether you cut it out or world circumstances cut it out. I mean, there's lots of that going around. Honestly, I don't know that anyone could have any like long-term plans anymore. I don't know, we'll just see what today brings, right? It's pretty much all you can really do. But that is also, in some sense, it's helping us to learn to live more in the moment. We really don't know what tomorrow can bring. We have been living in a society that is so well structured and so closely governed by time frames and schedules and expectations and meeting those, and you know, like everything is predictable. Don't we feel all comfortable when everything is predictable? And we do get really comfortable in that. But that's not always where we grow and expand, when everything is predictable and easy. Well, we really don't grow and expand most of the time on deeper levels. So I really do think it's kind of given us the ability or stretched us to the capacity of embracing the moment. Because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So I do feel like there's something here in the future that's been cut out or was somehow eliminated, but it's coming forward, and it does have the King of Wands. But a new beginning. I don't know if there's, because you're being shown here as sexy Virgo, the Queen of Wands, boom. And then you have this counterpart over here. I don't know if this counterpart is experiencing a new beginning from something that has failed in the past. It could also be the masculine aspect of you, something inside of you, how you go after things, how you initiate your own success, a switch in that, changing your thought process about that. Let Spirit be your guide. Where's Spirit guiding you? Wow. The Six of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Spirit is guiding you to some serious abundance, I guess. That's not actually what I was feeling, but it came out of my mouth. I wanted to say balance. Really wonderful balance here. And really hitting the epitome of higher calling. Something that is a higher commitment here. If you've, you know, the Hierophant too, there's so many different ways of looking at the Hierophant. It can be the institutions that we've created in our world. It can be like physical institutions, like buildings, government. It can be the institution of something like the Institute of Marriage. Like it's not actually a building, but it's the concept of something. And all these concepts are kind of brought down. What is divine? What is a way to function on a level that brings order out of chaos? What is a way to try to bring fairness where there can be many unfair circumstances? But the Hierophant can be hard to change. And if the Hierophant is not functioning on a level of equality, reciprocity, it can be very painful, because it has a lot of control over our lives. So Spirit is guiding you towards circumstances or a circumstance where this is very balanced. It's a very balanced and in a physical, in a tangible way that you can take it and say, oh, this does exist in my life this way, being the Six of Pentacles. All right, what are you, I'm going to do the Five of Cups, because you're sitting here in some sort of disappointment, some things that have not worked out. And then I will go do the extended and see where this goes after your storm comes through. The Five of Cups, disappointments, things not working out. Oh, the Eight of Cups. Oh, interesting. Oh my gosh, there's so many cards coming out. The Devil. Oh, man. All right, you have the Eight of Cups, the Devil, the Hanged Man, the Queen of Cups, and the Two of Wands. This Five of Cups, I'm feeling like, being removed emotionally, but not necessarily through your own desire with this devil. It does feel like facing your demons too. Because this person is, you know, on their 8 of Cups journey. They're removing themselves, which is interesting. The void of course moon. There should be really no outside influence except your own. You do have protection here. Facing your inner demons. Like pulling away from everything emotionally to look inside and face your inner demons. That's really profound. Because you can sit and wallow in disappointment. You can sit and think about why things not... You know, this is actually thinking about why things have not worked out in the past. And looking deep within yourself to try to find that answer. I'm actually surprised that the Hermit isn't here. But you do have the Hanged Man. So I think there's... and all the light around his head. It's almost like the enlightenment of it. And realizing now I really understand the part I play in my own life. And how that has played out for me. And look, it's almost as if it releases you from some sort of darkness. Because the Queen of Cups comes in, feeling like really open-hearted. There's no more heaviness here. Ooh, the Angel of Love. It's almost as if the minute you face your inner demons and you recognize yourself in your own story here. And then once you recognize yourself in your own story, you see everything around you differently with the Hanged Man. Because now you have a perspective about you that you never had before, which gives you a new perspective about everything around you. It can only really go that way. And it's almost as if the minute that energy is dissipated, I almost feel like that's why the Angel of Love is sitting here. She's so much like the Queen of Cups. And look at how they're both... Their body language is both so similar, and they're both holding like a heart and emotions and feelings. That energy moves into the void. You're creating a void space here. You're creating a void space in your void of course moon. But that void is something dark within you, or the remnants of what's left of just looking at your own shadow self. Recognizing it, and then you give yourself, it's almost like you give yourself permission to move forward with the Two of Wands. What will I find today? The world is my oyster, right? Like holding the world in the wand. What am I inspired to do? What could be out there for me? What are the possibilities? They could be endless. Yeah, I think that's it. It's like this big speech, and okay, that's it. Everyone go home now. No, I'm doing the extended. Well, you don't have to stick around. Yeah, I'm going to do the extended, and I didn't put my foot in my mouth today, Virgo. I'm so proud of me. So, I want to see what you got going on over here into the future. If I see you there, great. If not, I'm sure I'll see you here next week, because you know I'll put my foot in my mouth at some point. Thanks so much, Virgo. Until next time, to be gentle with yourselves. Bye.